Great morning and happy Monday. This is Kristen Young, the marriage enthusiast, with your Monday morning marriage minded message from Living the Vows. So, today I want to talk about language. I'm so excited about the workshop I'm doing on Saturday, May 13th, about the five love languages. And if you're not familiar, make sure you get familiar with the book and come on out to the workshop. We're talking about the five love languages, declaring what they are and finding out what yours is and how that works within your marriage, and what you can do to make sure you are speaking your spouse's love language. So definitely check that out. Very, very powerful. But what I want to speak about is how powerful the opposite language can be, how powerful our everyday words are, that a lot of times we don't even realize the damage that we are doing simply by what we are speaking. So I know many of you already know that life and death is in the power of your tongue, but we don't always think about that when it comes to the habitual things that we say and do, simply because that's what we saw growing up, that's what we hear in society, and everybody makes it okay. So for example, I was with a young lady not too long, a couple of weeks ago, and she just made a comment. Well, she was like, well, I gotta go ahead and go because I gotta get these kids and I gotta feed them, and it was all this I gotta and I just really thought about that. It kind of stood out for me because I've been so focused on language lately, especially in preparation for this workshop. But it made me think about how many times are we using that kind of language every single day. For example, for the wives, if you're on the phone with your girlfriend and your husband walks in, it's like, girl, let me get off the phone because he just walked in and I gotta get his dinner ready and he gonna want to talk, and and then the guys they may be out with their friends, and it's like, well, let me go ahead and get home because I know she gonna be checking in, calling soon. I'm gonna miss my curfew. I gotta get home. And just as I was speaking about last week, as far as being in that jail mentality, we have to make sure we are in a loving mentality. We have to get to the place where we completely understand that we chose the relationships that we're in. So why is it that we're often coming with this negative mentality that I have to, I must, it's such a chore, it's such a drain. But these are relationships that you chose. You chose to get married. You chose to have children. You had an option to stay single. You had an option to be as free as you wanted to be and do whatever you wanted to do. And it's not to say that you cannot be free within marriage and within a parenting relationship, but you do have additional responsibilities. But always remember that you chose them. So I want to encourage you to change your language. I want to encourage you to speak life into your situation. I want you to really take that internal check. I talk about internal checks all the time. Get into that space of, why do you feel burdened by your relationships? What is that? And if you genuinely need some support with making some shifts, maybe you are feeling overwhelmed. Maybe you are feeling like, there's a lot on my plate and I don't know how to handle it, and I don't know how to clarify what I need assistance with. Then that is where we can assist you here at Living the Vows. But I want you to get absolutely clear about why you are speaking death and speaking negativity about the relationships that you chose. So I encourage you to shift your language. Speak highly of your spouse, speak highly of your children, speak highly of your decision to be a mother and to be a wife. Look forward to that time. Yes, you know what, girls? We've been together for the last 2.5 hours. I can't wait to get home. I love tucking my children in at night. I want to make sure they are set. It's important. And I was thinking about that just last week when I was on vacation. I actually left a little earlier than the rest of the ladies that I was with, but it was because I wanted to get home to make sure my family was set for the week. I came home early on Sunday morning to make sure I had the day available to them, as opposed to coming home late Sunday night after everyone's in the bed and then still getting things together for Monday and for the rest of the week. That was a personal choice for me that I wanted to do. I wanted to spend time with my girlfriends. I had a wonderful time and I wanted to get home to my family. It wasn't a chore. It wasn't something that my husband said I needed to get home and by a certain time. It wasn't because I felt burdened by my children. It's because I genuinely wanted to. So change your language. Shift to the language that you desire. Shift to and speak to what it is that you desire for relationship. If you are overwhelmed and burdened in your parenting, in your marriage, seek that assistance and contact us now. You can email us, yes, at livingthevows.com. Don't be afraid to get on the schedule. Don't be afraid to say, you know what, I just need some strategies. I just need some understanding. I need some clarification. Because support is always available to you. Stop feeling like you have to figure it out all by yourself, or that there's something wrong with you because you're feeling that way. We all go through shifts. We all go through emotional roller coasters at some point in our lives. That's why we have relationships. That's why we have communities. That's why we have Living the Vows, to help you and seek you and support you through the next session. But shift your language. Speak life over what you have. Be grateful for what you have. Get excited, because in an instant it can be taken away and you will be singing a totally different song. So I love you. Enjoy your Monday. Have a fantastic week. Love intentionally, live purposefully, and I will see you next Monday.